Two. How we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo. And this is another episode of YoHoops. I go through every NBA game every day. Today is Monday, April 6th, and we have a 5-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and let you know what sides I like, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. Recap of yesterday, not my best. I went 5-6 on the 11-game card. It was tough because there was some line movement in the Suns and Magic game, and that was the difference between me winning and losing. For example, I had the Suns laying 9.5, but by the time I uploaded yesterday's video, the line was up to 12. They end up winning it by 10. That's on me. I'll definitely have my videos up earlier moving forward though. I really appreciate all of you rocking with me anyways, because I promise it's not easy getting these videos up every day and staying in that win column. 5 games today, let's knock it out the park per usual. In our first matchup of the evening, we have the Detroit Pistons in Orlando taking on Orlando Magic. Pistons are minus 160 on the money line, and the total is 223.5. The Magic come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, flying from New Orleans back home to Orlando. They got the win against the Pels last night, but most of their guys did end up playing 30 minutes. I am seeing Franz Wagner listed as questionable for this one, but they kept his minutes down to 20 last night, so I expect him to play about 18 in this one. It definitely hasn't been fun fading the Pistons since Cade went down, but that's the way I have to play this one. Anyone can have a stretch of good games, but I can't see Danish, Jenkins, and Duncan Robinson getting buckets against a top defense in the league. You've got Desmond Bane and Jalen Suggs in, and the Magic also have the size to at least slow down Jalen Duren on the glass. I am hoping Franz plays, but either way, they should get it done in Orlando. I'm taking the Magic on the money line. You can find it for plus 135 odds as my first selection of the evening. Up next, we have the New York Knicks in Atlanta taking on Atlanta Hawks. Hawks are minus 120 on the money line, and the total is 226.5. We've been on the Hawks for a while now, but I should mention this is an interesting spot. This is one of the first times I'm seeing a majority of the money bet on Atlanta against one of the better teams in the league. I agree they win this game, but we'll see how they do as a public favorite. With the trades they've made, they're too deep of a team, and they come into this one winning 18 of their last 20 games. They just beat the Celtics in Atlanta on Monday, and I'd say this is a step down in competition. The Knicks have struggled against the better teams in the league, and it's because they don't have high-level scorers outside of Jalen Brunson. When your go-to guy's 6 feet tall, you might be in trouble. I'm taking the Hawks on the money line as my next selection of the evening. Up next, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers in Memphis taking on Memphis Grizzlies. Cavs are minus 1,200 on the money line, and the total is 233.5. Both teams come into this one on the second leg of back-to-backs. The Cavs fly in from Cleveland, while the Grizzlies fly home from Milwaukee. Both games were somewhat competitive, so I'd say the rest factor is about the same. For me, it comes down to the fact that I cannot trust the Cavs laying points. I tried to give them a shot yesterday, and they almost lost it outright to the Pacers' second unit. They're now the worst team in the league against the spread, with an ATS record of 30-48. The Grizzlies are obviously tanking, so I'm not rushing to the window to bet with them, but there's no way I'm laying 15 points with Cleveland. I'll lean to the Grizzlies plus a 15 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Philadelphia 76ers in San Antonio taking on San Antonio Spurs. Spurs are minus 350 on the money line, and the total is 237.5. For me, this is probably the toughest game on the board. The Spurs are obviously playing on another level, but I do think Philly matches up really well at full strength. You can't tell me Joel Embiid's a scrub compared to Wemby, and past that, the Sixers might actually have the better lineup. Tyrese Maxey is definitely the best guard on the floor, and Paul George has been dropping 30 points like nothing. I am nervous fading the Spurs in San Antonio, but this is one of the tougher matchups they've had in a while. Call me crazy, but I'm taking a shot with Philly. Give me the Sixers plus a 8.5 and sprinkle on the money line as my next selection of the evening. Up next, we have the Portland Trailblazers in Denver taking on Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are minus 340 on the money line, and the total is 238. This game should be a lot closer than people expect. Portland's won 5 of their last 6 games and quietly snuck into the 9th seed in the West. They're currently tied with the Clippers in 8th, so they can use every win they can get. Drew Holiday and Danny Advia are both playing, so they'll have a lot of talent in their backcourt. I'm on the fence in terms of a side, but in a competitive game like this, I'm looking at a prop. I'm taking Nikola Jokic to go over 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He averages 50, so that's regular for Joker, and we also usually see him step up when needed in the Mile High City. Donovan Clingan can maybe bother him, but there's no way he's shutting him down. I'ma lock it in as my last and final selection. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Not my best last night, but I am still 20-18 on every game played in April. Let's get right back in that win column tonight. I appreciate all of the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'ma catch y'all. Peace!